Hi everyone, so today I'm going to teach you how to make this little tote bag thingy. To start out, you're going to need a crochet hook. I'm using a 4.5, some yarn needles, and some scissors. So you're going to start out with a magic ring or a magic circle. Here is just how I do it. You'll hold the tail end with your thumb and you'll wrap it around your two fingers. So it's like in an X shape, but then on the back, it's just two lines. Hold the tail end with your thumb and then get your crochet hook and go under the first, grab the second one, pull it out from under, and then go back through the second one. Let me know if you need an extra tutorial on this, and then pull through, but I made it look very confusing and I apologize, but you can also switch the speed of the video if you need to. Then you're going to start with a chain 2. Then you're going to do 2 double crochets. How you do a double crochet is yarn over, go into the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2 again. Then again, yarn over, in the circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So you did chain 2, 2 double crochet. Now you're going to chain 2 again, and do 3 double crochet into the circle. And then you can move your work over if you need more room. And there we have it. Now we're going to chain 2 and do 3 more double crochets into the ring. And now we're going to chain 2 again and do 3 more double crochets into the circle. Next, you're going to chain 2, but don't do any more double crochets yet. We're going to pull on the little tail end to close the circle. And then you can slip stitch into your top chain, which I think I slip stitched into the wrong place in here. That's my bad. But yeah, find your top chain and slip stitch. And now you can start round 2 by chaining 2 and placing 2 double crochets into the little hole you have right behind where your chain should be. And again, move your work over if you need to, and then you can chain 2 and go back into the same hole doing 3 double crochets. And now you can chain 1 and find the next hole and do 3 double crochets. And now you can chain 2 to create the corner and do 3 more double crochets in the same spot. Once you're done with that, you can chain 1 and do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. We're doing basically the same pattern, well, it is the same pattern, in every single corner. So if you got it down, you can skip this bit because it is the same thing. After that, chain 1, do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets, and then I'll show you how to end the round. Okay, you will still do your chain 1, find your top chain, hopefully the right spot this time, and slip stitch into it. It's really hard to explain where to slip stitch into, just try to find your chains and do the best you can. I was really struggling getting it through. Yeah, we all have our struggles. Okay, so after you slip stitch, that is the end of the round. This, at this point, that is where I switched my color of yarn, and so I show you how to fasten it off and how to add on a new color in just a minute. Okay, to fasten it off, I chain 1 and get your scissors and snip it off. And then pull your tail end through the loop you just made, pull it really tight and slide the knot. And that's how I fasten off. So get your new color and you can either fasten on with a slip knot or another way I'll show you. But for the slip knot, you wrap it around your fingers and pull the tail end through. I've seen a couple people pull through the end connected to the yarn, but this is how I do it. And then there is your slip knot. Another way you can do it is by finding your corner, because that's where we're starting, and pull your yarn, so like put it on like you'd be pulling up a loop when doing a stitch, and then chain 1 and pull on your tail. I just feel like this one's a little less secure, if you know what I mean. So that's why I use a slip knot, but you can use either one because both of them work. And if you're using a slip knot, just slip stitch it onto your corner and then that'll get you completely connected to the square. Once you're connected, you can do a chain 2, and the corners are the exact same. So in the very first one, it's chain 2 and then 2 double crochet, and then chain 2 and then 3 double crochet. Once you're done with that, you can chain 1 and go into the hole you've created and do 3 double crochets. And if you want to skip through this, that's fine, I understand. You can do this entire pattern all the way around, which same thing in every corner. And after every hole, make sure you chain 1 to create that space. Once you're done with this round, you can chain 1 and slip stitch into the top chain. Still kind of hard to explain, but I'm sure you'll get it. So once you're done slip stitching, and you can fasten off. So this is the pattern we'll be continuing throughout the entire granny square. So just making sure you're chaining, oh, and I did about like 10-ish rows, but you can make it smaller if you want, you can make it bigger. This is just how I did it. Yeah, so making sure you're starting in the corner every time and chaining 1 after everything. Yeah, if you can go back through, just making sure you're going in every space as well. Don't skip any spaces or else that'll make it a little weird. But yeah, you're done with the granny square now. Make 2 of them and then sew them together. Here, I'll show you the seam I have on the inside from it. I just went through in every single stitch because you should make them the same amount of rows so they can match up almost perfectly. And now I will show you how to do the ribbing for the strap. Starting with whatever color yarn you want for the straps, you can do a slip knot and chain however thick you want them, but I did about 8-ish, 9-ish chains. And you can use any stitch as well, but I'm doing a half double crochet. So for half double crochet, you yarn over, go through the chain, pull up a loop, so you're starting it the same way as a double crochet, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Again, yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So this is the stitch I'm using, but again, you can use whatever kind of stitch you want. Once you reach the end of your row, you can chain 2, or if you're doing single crochet, I think you only need to chain 1 and turn your work. Continuing on, making sure you're only going in the back loops. So going into the back loops only creates the ribbing effect, which it is a little annoying to try and get it only in that one back loop, but it gives a cool finished look. Continuing on, making sure you're going in that very last space so it stays the same size. You have the ribbing effect. Now I'm going to do one more row for an example. Chain 2, turn your work, and only in the back loops. You won't ever go in the front loops and you won't ever go in both of them. Only the back loops the entire time. So here is my ribbing. I'm not going to go all the way up because I really don't need to make another bag. But you can make that strap as long as you need it. You can make 2, you can make 1. But this is kind of how I did it. I just kept it like I don't know, kind of like under my armpit-ish. So it's kind of like a purse length actually. And I only did one going from side to side, but yet again, this is really up to you and however you want to do it. And then you can sew everything together and make sure you leave in your ends too. It makes it more secure. Here's your finished bag, and make sure you leave any questions you have in the comments, and I'll try my best to answer them.